Listen, what's your name?
Dropped a breach of
What's
peace.
your name?
Alex.
Alex, we're done here, okay? We're giving you a lawful order to drop the car, all right? And let you know, my name is Sergeant Mcome. My unit number is 213. Go ahead and take a video. Drop the vehicle, all right? That's a lawful order, and we're done here. And if you want to make a complaint, go to Professional Compliance Bureau. My name, once again, is Sergeant Mcome.
However, there's a dispute confrontation regarding a repossession from private property, and the vehicle is still physically located. That you see the key word there, right? If the vehicle
we are
is still
done. We are done here.
So how are you making me drop the law?
We are done.
Showed you the statute.
I just gave you a lawful order.
Just says it.
Guys, Phil, y'all do what y'all got to do.
So what's going on?
We didn't call. They called, I guess.
Yeah, who called?
Me.
Okay. What up?
What happened? My question is why they open my backyard and go inside my house.
¿Cuál es la casa?
La
casa es esta. Y ellos entraron allá atrás, al patio de atrás y sacaron la camioneta sin un cartel, sin nada. Yo no le puse resistencia a nada, yo solamente estaba tratando de sacar mis cosas, pero ya me llamo a la policía porque no tiene sentido que entren allá atrás.
Sí, no pueden entrar allá atrás.
El policía dice que no puede entrar allá atrás.
Where was the truck?
Y ellos entraron allá atrás, al patio de atrás y sacaron la camioneta sin un cartel.
No obstante eso, no tengo ningún cartel de ninguna compañía que se está llevando la grúa. Me estoy pidiendo una tarjeta de
Un poquito español, señora.
I speak Spanish. Okay, they don't have any name for any company. I don't know which company takes the car.
They're the...
Él no puede entrar a mi patio, eso es lo que te estoy hablando.
Where was the truck?
Huh?
Where was the truck?
Inside of my backyard.
The gate was closed?
Yes, of course. He can do that. Él puede recoger la camioneta acá afuera, pero en mi
Technically,
patio.
for legal, they can't do that.
No.
That's actually at 26.
They open the backyard and
Yeah,
go
they can't.
inside
They
my
can't do
house
that.
and get the truck back there. Mira, look.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, they can't do that. They can't do that.
Dude, you got track tire marks going all the way in, bro.
And I explained this to them.
Go in the back. No.
Yeah, dude.
That's not legal. I know the rules. That's not legal.
This is technically a
Eso es lo que te estoy diciendo. Yo no llamo a la policía porque
Ellos no pueden entrar ahí.
me tiene que dar una tarjeta, una compañía.
No tienen un sign en la camioneta, no nos quiere dar una tarjeta, no nos quiere dar
No quiere
nada.
dar una información de dónde se va a llevar la camioneta, nada.
Aparte, no pueden entrar al patio, abrirme el patio privado. La puerta cerrada.
me and Rick explained it to them. When it's behind, you can't enter their property. Now, if it's out here, it's free game. It's out in the open. Yeah, but inside somebody's property, you can't enter that shit, dude.
No, you can't go into that backyard.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't cross into the backyard with the gate locked.
The gate was not locked. If the gate was locked, how do we get inside of it?
You can't open somebody's gate.
Yes, we can. Officer, with all due respect, if you're not sure, call a sergeant or call auto theft.
We explained this last time. Remember the one off of Northwest?
No, that was a gated community.
No, it wasn't gated community.
Which one are you talking
this
about?
This one was a gated house over at 21st Street and about, I think, between 6th Avenue and 4th Avenue. It was the same concept. And we had you guys read the legal guidelines on it.
I had a repo 2 months ago in the daytime in Homestead. Not only just a gate, it was a gated house, which, you know, the front gate is there. Okay. We not only opened that gate, then the car was in the backyard, so we opened the second gate, took it out. Same thing, an officer came out, said the same thing. Obviously, it was daytime, so auto theft was working at the moment. Okay. Sergeant called auto theft out. Auto theft came, checked, asked, hey, was the gate locked or was there a chain or anything on the gate? We advised them no. We even showed them the video of us just opening the gate. Auto theft advised to the officers that were there that obviously aren't familiar with repossessions, advised to the debtors, listen, as long as they didn't take a lock off a gate, cut anything, tamper, or take the gate apart to get into the yard.
Show me the legal guidelines on that.
Let's see if I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up for me. Because our legal guidelines say that you can't go in somebody's property unless you're invited in to take the property.
This is what allows us to go onto the property. Is a repossession license.
We as a third party is allowed to go.
We as a licensed agent, this gives us the permission to go onto private property. The gate is just a gate stopping more of the property. As long as we don't cut a lock, if we were to jump the fence, let's say that fence was closed, right? And you know how it has the little bars that you open, and we had to physically hop the gate to then open it, 1000%. We can't hop the gate and now physically go ahead and open it from the inside because it's locked. We were physically having to hop the fence to open it from the inside. That's a different story.
Okay.
If we walk up to the gate and the gate is unlocked and we open the gate, it's fair game. There's nothing stopping us from taking that car.
Do you have anything?
Let me call you back.
Do you have any documentation that says that?
I mean, call somebody who's dealt with it before. Yo, you know the statute or the ordinance for opening the gate when it comes to repossession? Because Homestead is here. One of the cops is over here tripping because we opened the gate from the outside to pull a truck out of a yard. He's saying that we're not allowed to open any gate. Chapter 13493, something to that effect.
Look it up. Show me, because I can show you what we have.
You have the book? You have the booklet?
No, you got to look it up on your phone. Look it up on your phone and show me the chapter 13 portion.
In Florida, a repossession agent can open an unlocked gate to repossess a vehicle if they have not reached the peace. Reaching the peace means using force, threats, or breaking into a locked area or gate. If the gate is open or unlocked, the repossession agent can enter the property to take the vehicle.
Is that Google or is that?
This is the
That's Google.
Yeah, it's Google, but that's from the actual statute. It's not letting me pull it. And breach of the peace means as long as the vehicle is off of private property, is no longer considered breach of the peace. Now, if they would have caught me inside the backyard on their property, 1000%, that's breach of peace. Now I have to drop the vehicle. Repossession agents can generally access private property like driveways and gates if they are not secured by lock or chain. Agents cannot use force, threats, or intimidation to gain access.
Are you doing Google or are you showing the?
I'm reading the thing on the breach of the peace. You pull up the.
I'm looking on the state statute. Go find a state statute on it or pull or
you should have that in your book. The book has all the statutes.
But this is. Hear me out. This is what you guys do. You should have this on hand, so when officers come about, then you could present that offhand, not us, because we don't deal with this.
That's
when
why
we come in,
explain to him, like, yo, if you're not sure, then call auto theft or call a sergeant, because we had this.
The sergeant's gonna be like the same. He's gonna be in the same mindset as that's criminal, and we're gonna think criminally. But this is civilly because this is a debt collector.
No, and at the same time, the whole breach of peace, which is why it's brought up when the whole opening the gate is the biggest factor. Is if I open that gate, right, and I go to grab the truck, and they happen to come out and they block me from leaving, they just stand in front of the truck. I can't run them over, and you guys come out 1000%. Hey, listen, it's a breach of peace.
I understand that point.
Once I'm on the street and not even there, already about to leave, and on top of that, just so you're advised, they didn't come out. We went, knocked on the door out of courtesy because he had it loaded with tools, and we gave him the common courtesy to let him get his stuff. Now, if I would have thought, or we were thinking, hey, listen, bro, why are we even gonna knock? We weren't even supposed to open that gate here. Let's just bounce out of here. I would have just left. But we did it because we knew we were in the right. We knew we didn't break any laws. We were already we were already off this property, and we wanted to be generous and let them at least get their property off the stuff.
I got two things. The last time I had this,
it says here private property. Repossession agent cannot enter locked or gated private property.
Yeah.
Without permission.
So I got the same thing.
Yeah.
It says they cannot enter, and this is from whatever. It says your garage or gate if they were locked, right?
Yeah.
But then you got this one. This is what's confusing me. All right. You got the one that says you can't enter a gate or whatever if it's locked. But then you got this one. It says they cannot repossess your car from locked driveways and gated areas.
Yeah. That's a gated area. It's right in the back.
Right, but one says locked, one just says gated.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They said they had it locked. So I came here on the 13th. When I came here on the 13th, as I was coming up, Gold Honda was driving out. That's got to be the spotter group. Most likely they're the ones who cut the lock off and do what they had to do. inside the truck.
Do they have cameras?
And they said that it's not working.
Is there any? Do you
They
see?
took the lock.
You don't see it cut or nothing?
No, they took it. She's saying her lock is missing. But even then, you can't go into a backyard. It's gated.
That's a gray area. This is a gray area.
You found the statue?
Yeah, I found the statute. I found it. It says that the great majority of the courts find unauthorized entry into the debtor's residence to be breach of peace, and many find entry into his or her place of business or garage to be such a breach. As one moves from the residential threshold to the yard, the driveway, and finally to the public street, however, the debtor agreement becomes more tenuous. We have found no case which holds that the repossession of an automobile from a driveway or a public street constitutes a breach of peace.
It said nothing about the gate.
It says it becomes tenuous, meaning that when you move, everybody has the expectation of privacy when there's a closed gate. I understand the lock thing. That's why I said bring up your information so we can kind of compare. When you move, and it said it, when you move from the interior of the house to the garage, then into the yard.
What we've talked about before, the garage of the house, believe it or not, is considered an actual it's like a representation of inside the property. So let's say that garage is open and the car was sitting in there. That 1,000% is not allowed, because just even if the garage is open, just by us hooking up the car from inside the garage, that would be like us entering.
Correct. It's a breach of peace.
Correct.
Okay.
Now,
but then again, it says that when you go to the yard, it becomes tenuous, because then.
What does that word mean?
Let's look it up. I think it's more like it becomes more
because it doesn't. I know tenuous doesn't mean illegal, or that means it's a breach of the peace. Because breach of the peace even only counts if they actually catch me in their property during the repossession. That's what breach of the peace means. Now we're a breach of the peace because we're caught on their property. In the middle of the street at a stop sign, when the car's hooked up, ready to go, is not breach of the peace. And like I said it in the first one, that's off the statute.
Yeah.
Breach of the peace would continue if I was obviously taking a lock apart or hopping the fence to get access to the gate from the outside. Now that's a completely no-no. But breach of peace is only if they catch me on their property. It doesn't even have to be the yard. If he would have literally, if this is considered his yard right here, and he happens to step right here, and I'm already in the front of the house, that is still considered breach of peace, because I'm not on the street yet. He could have caught me right here and stood in front of the truck. Yo, breach of peace, we gotta drop it, we're on their property. Correct? Yes or no? But in the middle of the street at a stop sign, not even in front of the house anymore, yo, you missed your opportunity to claim breach of peace on that.
If she says she has a lock,
They said, I just drove by. When I drove by, a gold Honda Accord was coming out of here.
they don't have cameras, right?
They had cameras, but they're not working.
Does he not want them to take it, or he wants to get his stuff out?
Huh?
Does he not want them to take it at all?
No, the whole thing is the way they took it.
Oh.
He was taking his stuff out of the car. Pero ellos tienen la orden que se tiene que llevar.
Pero no pueden entrar a mi casa.
Entiendo que no puede entrar, pero tiene orden que se lo tiene que llevar.
Si la puede coger aquí afuera, sí, pero no la pueden, no
Sí,
pueden entrar.
entiendo lo que, pero hay órdenes del carro que se lo lleven por el banco.
Y entonces no pasa nada.
No.
Sí, yo sé la orden.
Sí.
Porque nosotros la casualidad que ayer hablamos con el banco y le hicimos un arreglo de pago al banco que él le pagó 2,000 pesos y esta semana tenía que pagarle el otro
Yo le pagué 2,000.
Pero ya la orden estaba puesta. No quitaron la orden.
A lo mejor no mandaron la orden porque eso fue ayer, no se ve.
Sí, digo que todavía está existiendo una orden.
Esa parte yo la entiendo, pero la parte de que él entre ahí adentro yo no la entiendo.
No, eso
De que me rompo un candado, me entre y después me discute en mi casa. Yo sí puedo entrar y yo, no, total, esta es mi propiedad. No
y que le diga, dime tu
entrar.
compañía, dime lo tuyo, y me diga, no, yo no tengo que darte ninguna información a ti.
Llama al banco, yo voy a llamar al banco hasta ahora.
Con una camioneta sin sign, sin nada.
That's what tenuous means.
What does it mean?
Very weak. So it says, as one moves from the residential threshold to the yard, and the driveway and fire into the public street. However, the debtor's agreement becomes more tenuous, very weak. Where you guys become more, or the debtor, I guess. The debtors, yeah.
I'm telling you, I went through this during the day with auto theft and everything, and it wasn't even just one gate.
Found no
it
case
was
it
was the house gate. Like they had the whole house gated. We opened that gate, split it open, and then we opened the yard gate and pulled out a Mercedes Benz.
You guys just need to carry your portion of it. That's all. Because we don't have to keep going through this.
No,
like this is to just carry a.
You see, but look, I'll be honest, you're rolling, right?
Yeah.
You've been nothing. Every time I've dealt with you, and I've said to my spotters, you are nothing but professional, respectful, and you look into the issue. I very respectfully in front of you try to explain it to your.
No, I get it. I get it.
Saw him, he didn't want to hear what I had to say.
No,
he didn't even let me finish.
I'll go talk to him and show him that part. But it's.
You just I know what I'm talking about. You don't, and let me walk away and I'll. It's like, man, I'm not trying to argue with you.
Here in the legal guideline, I mean, it's
in the legal guideline, we did nothing wrong, and at the same time, it's not that I try to correct or tell you how to do your job.
No, I get it.
Guys have
this is
so
civil.
Many laws.
This is civil.
Correct.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you guys have so many laws and shit that you gotta know to deal with. That it's not that I'm trying to say no more than you, but when it comes to repossessions,
this is your
and I've been doing it for 10 years. So trust me when I tell you,
we had to pass a test to get these.
Correct. Like everybody thinks that this is we just apply for it and they send it to us a mill. We have to go to school for this.
Yeah,
we got to go 80 hours in a classroom and know the ins and outs before they let, and then we got to take a 200 question test before they let us have our repossession license. A lot of officers think that anybody could do repo. It's like there's a lot of background shit that goes into it. When it comes to getting your repossession license.
No, I get it.
They owe $6,000, right? They've been having for a while.
Okay, I mean, it
has nothing to do with
that. No, I get you. I listen, and it has nothing to do with this. But as far as like
a legal standpoint,
it's when it comes to
anything we do illegal,
I gotta adhere on the legal. You're right. It's
1,000%, man. I didn't know, but I took what you said. You even told me, do your homework, figure out what's right and wrong, and I did it. Now me that I dealt with you, you think that I'm gonna do what I just told me not to do, and on top of that, what did I tell you? I said, let's let them get their stuff, so that the guy has a lot of tools, and then call Homestead, and then risk coming out here to have you drop the car.
Well, you guys didn't call; they called.
No, exactly, but I could have left.
Yeah.
We've been here for 20 minutes before you even pulled up.
Let me.
If we thought we were the one, we would have did.
The sergeant. But let me go talk to him.
He can't. Was the vehicle in the backyard?
Way in the backyard.
Negative. That's an absolute no.
You can't go in the gate. That's private property.
Even if it was in the front driveway, once you start having a breach of peace, that's a no.
Yeah, but the thing is with the breach of peace, if he's already got it hooked up and on the street.
I don't know. I still would argue that
My
have
thing
him.
Is the gate, the closed gate.
Yeah, that's all the way.
You can't go on someone's permission without.
That's all the way.
Without permission.
Now, if it's parked out here somewhere, that's free game all the way.
But he's gonna argue with you.
That's fine. Where's he at?
All right. Before you go over there, I read the legal guideline. Did they show the legal guideline?
Yeah. No, I've already read that as well.
Oh,
so,
okay.
What's up, Sergeant?
What's going on?
What's going on, brother?
Yeah, what's going on tonight?
Not much. Repossession.
Uh-huh.
Brought it out, secured it. We knocked on their door because the guy it's a work truck. It was loaded with tools.
This truck here?
That truck there.
Okay.
So I advised him. I said, listen, if you want to get your stuff, go ahead and get it. That way you don't have to pay the property fee. And that way it doesn't risk getting wet and all that stuff. He said, no problem. Here's the key. He said, can I make the payment and get it back? Can you look up what I said? I logged into the computer. I even told him exactly the amount he owes, which is a little over $6,000. He said, I can get it back. I said, call the bank in the morning. You make an arrangement. You pay a little extra. They might even bring it back to you so you don't have to go all the way to pick it up. No problem. Can I get a copy? I gave him a copy. He handed me the key, started getting the stuff. His wife came out and started tripping about the whole thing.
Okay. So now, my question to you, where's the house? This is a house?
That's the house over there on the other side.
Okay. Where did you get the vehicle from?
The backyard.
Okay. No. Okay. You're not authorized to go in their backyard, hook that truck up, and repo their vehicle.
As long as we don't break the lock, there was no lock on the gate, and we don't hop the fence to get in it.
It has nothing to do with a lock. Trust me. If you need me to bring the statute book for you, I can have you read the statute book.
He even just said it. I'm gonna go tell the sergeant.
Private property.
I'm sorry?
It says locked or gated private property.
Okay,
They're not allowed
that's
to
not a
enter.
statute. That's AI. That's Google. I just pulled up
This
the
is
same thing.
Florida, this is Florida
Okay, show.
Repo
He
law.
just
you got a
pulled up
statute?
the statute.
Yeah, the statute book.
Yeah.
He just
Let me
pulled
get
it
you the
up
book.
right now.
Hold on.
This one is the one off the state statute. It's
Which statute is it though?
it's
What does it say?
repossession. It says that them going to the yard, the debtor has no.
But it can't go in through a closed gate. Can't go.
What you do,
I
bro?
have one that says you can't go into a closed gate.
You did? Let me see.
Where's the one that you said with the gate?
I got two.
It's a Florida Repo law.
Did you read the middle portion of it? It says that it's tenuous, meaning it's slightly weak when the debtor has grounds.
You're not supposed to go on a closed gate. That's
It
private
says here
property.
repossessing agent cannot enter locked or gated private property
It's a gated private property.
without permission.
You can't go in someone's back closed gate, dude. That's not public access.
So one says
It's right
they
here.
cannot repossess your car from blocked driveways and gated areas.
That's a gated area. That's the backyard.
Yeah, but then one says the repo cannot enter a restricted area or open your garage or gate if they were locked.
If they were alive.
One's saying locked gate.
It's a
and
gray
one's saying-
area because
and one's
it's
saying
almost,
gate.
yeah, that's what
Well,
I'm
it's safe
saying.
enough for me to say put it down.
I agree.
Because guess what? I ain't going to go on the other person's side. To me, you went on someone's property. We'll write a report, and then you can take it and make a complaint at the station tomorrow if you think we're wrong.
46188.
Plus she's saying that they're missing a lock.
Yeah, and they're saying it was locked. So that's another thing. They probably checked. This guy's a spotter vehicle. He probably checked to see if there's any cameras. There's no cameras. Okay, cut it.
Yeah, she said that the gate was locked.
But they said that it's a $6,000 it's a $6,000 that they owe on the truck, and they've been dishing and dodging. But, I mean, it's civil and in nature. It's civil in nature, but
You can't go into the backyard. If it's a gated backyard, you can't walk into it.
at first that's the thing. I just, man, these laws are just, they're very gray. They're very gray,
You
dude.
can't go into a backyard. If that guy would have came out and shot him in the backyard, then what?
No, I agree about the gate.
If it's in the front yard, you can take it all day long.
Correct. No, it's a public roadway or a driveway.
All day long, but
it's just
once
that
it's in
yard
the
part is
backyard,
just.
you can't take it.
It says in the legal guideline where not legal guideline, but the state statute says that it's tenuous, where the expectation for the debtor, which is these people, have privacy into the yard. I don't know. That's why the laws are just I don't get the laws sometimes.
They're saying there was a lock on that gate. There was a spotter vehicle here earlier. So when I came in
The
earlier,
Corolla is a spotter vehicle.
huh?
The Corolla is a car. That's not their car. The Corolla is
There's a
the.
Honda.
Oh,
All right, who's the one doing the repoing?
Me.
You want to hold the flashlight so we can read this together?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
And-
giving you attitude, man.
Dude, am I giving you attitude?
No, it's just you said it like, oh, you want to hold the flashlight? I don't remember being like,
Bro, I can't hold
Oh,
the
okay,
flashlight
no,
and hold the book at the same
no,
time.
No worries. I'm just.
Bro, I'm not here to argue with you guys. Because at the end of the day,
the first thing you did when you walked away, your partner said, "Oh, that's probably you guys probably cut the lock and came back later." So my
Listen,
man, I got the whole repossession on video on my phone and on the truck.
I don't care about you cutting the locks. As a sergeant, all I'm gonna do is enforce what's in the statute book.
Okay.
2025. That's all I'm here to enforce.
That's cool. That's why
All
I
right?
even asked you to do it. Maybe if we're in the wrong, we're in the wrong.
All right. Now this is repossession, right? And this is this private property or public property? Because you went into his backyard.
All right.
So that's private
Private
property.
property. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Let's start. In the case of a dispute or confrontation regarding a repossession occurring on public property, if the vehicle has already been attached to the towing vehicle, is on the repossession vehicle, or is driven or about to be driven by an employee of a recovery agency, the repossession is lawful, and the police officer should leave the vehicle in the possession of the repossessor, which is you guys.
Yes.
However, if there is a dispute or confrontation regarding a repossession from private property and the vehicle is still physically located on private property, this constitutes a breach of peace, and the repossessor cannot lawfully take the vehicle.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to pull up. We are no longer on private property.
But you were on private property. You connected it.
Okay, hold on. This is where you. This is hold on, Greg. Let me speak.
So let me ask you this question: where did you get the vehicle from?
On private property.
Right, it was in the backyard.
Correct.
Right.
But that breach of peace only comes into standpoint, like I explained to the other officer, if we get caught on private property, which is why it says this at a stop sign in the street. All of this, the second we leave that patch of grass and we're on the street, we are now in public property.
No,
the statute says it. As long as you are not on private property.
You are misinterpreting the statute right now.
No,
yes, you are.
The reason we have to drop so many vehicles is because they come out and they get in front of the truck or whatever, and we're in the yard or even in the driveway. Statute says it. If you are caught on private property, you have to drop the car. Once we are on the street, it is considered public property, meaning
drop the car and you can come in and make a complaint tomorrow to state.
No, hold on, let me finish talking. I'm talking to the sergeant. If there's nothing different from this stop sign, correct, to let's say he jumps in his third-party vehicle and stops me at the next stoplight. We are no longer on your property. We are no longer in front of your house. We are on the street now. He can't come out, stop me at a light, and all of a sudden claim, hey, this is a breach of peace. No, my man, breach of peace was if you happen to catch me in your thing. That statute clearly says it. If you get caught on a private property, the repossessor has to drop the vehicle. Now, if you get here, like it says, the vehicle is attached and we are no longer on private property, the officer should allow the repossession to continue. We've been here for 30 minutes. We came out, secured the vehicle. I logged it onto my computer. Then he went out of courtesy, knocked on the door to let him get their stuff, which we didn't have to do. If I even thought, and I've been doing this for 10 years, if I even thought that I was breaking the law or I did not understand that statute, I would have been like, we just took this thing from the yard. They might come with a phony log or some bullshit. Let's get out of here. They can go get their shit at the yard. The reason we did is because we did a clean repossession. That street is considered public property. You have to catch us in the property for it to be considered breach of peace. Breach of peace cannot be constituted on a public street. This stop sign is no different from them pulling out in front of me on 328th Street in US 1. This is the same street that connects the main street to US 1 to the turnpike to everything. This is public property. That's why the statute says the difference between private property and public property, and when breach of peace comes into the nature of the repossession. Us on the street here, hooked up, already gone at a stop sign is public property. If they would have caught me even on the corner, even if that truck tire was still touching the corner of their property, as shitty as it sounds, you caught me on your property, breach of peace, they don't want to let it go. Greg, we gotta go.
Listen, what's your name?
Dropped the breach of peace.
What's your name?
Alex,
we're done here, okay? We're giving you a lawful order to drop the car. All right, and let you know, my name is Sergeant Mcome. My unit number is 213. Go ahead and take a video. Drop the vehicle. All right, that's a lawful order, and we're done here. And if you want to make a complaint, go to Professional Compliance Bureau. My name, once again, is Sergeant Mcome.
However, there's a dispute confrontation regarding a repossession from private property and the vehicle is still physically located. That you see the key word there, right? If the vehicle
we are done. We are done here.
So how are you making me drop the law?
We are done.
Told you the statute.
I just gave you a lawful order.
Just says it.
Guys, Phil, y'all do what y'all gotta do.
Drop it.
All right, let's go.
Drop it.
Sergeant Mcome.
What's your badge number?
213.
213.
Oh, you ain't got it on camera. Of course, the driver does it after it's already cut, and they come back to the trailer. Then he puts it on camera.
Yeah, but that's not the car that was here earlier. Why?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Those guys came after, and now they got it all on tape because the other guy came and.
This is Redland Reef, right?
Yes, Redland Reef.
At 302, I was here.
Yeah.
I came here at 302.
You saw the Honda Civic.
And I saw a Honda, a gold car coming down the street. And then there was no tow truck here. And I was here at 302.
And what time did you get this call? It's 3:58 right now.
That car came out right after you left. He told me. I was just there.
I was just here. I didn't see no tow truck. I saw a gold car that drove by. Drove as I was driving in.
policía, aquí todas las noches siempre se pasa la policía pasando.
Esto es bien
Aquí
tranquilo.
nadie entra, no sé que venga a hacer la cosa.
So the lock's cut, so they have to jump.
So technically,
They jumped the fence and cut the lock.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know who did it.
Yeah, so that's the thing. That's where they got the spotter guy
They
came through and did it, and then
Yeah.
they show up afterwards on camera
Yeah, you can't.
saying that, so you can't prove that they
Yeah,
didn't do it.
so
but,
That's what I'm saying.
but it's still enough to say, hey,
There's a lot. Yeah.
the
You,
tiniest thing, drop it.
Yeah.
If you got an issue with it,
at that point, you breach the peace.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Greg, hit the retract ticket chain button.
Él tiene mi llave.
You can let her know once they drop that truck, she can park it in the back.
Vengo a hacer una denuncia de evacuación por entrar a la propiedad.
Y a mí ya se acabó esto.
¿Eh?
Es que yo no lo voy a dejar así. Yo necesito el nombre de la compañía de grúa de ellos porque él no me quiso dar
Él no nos quiso dar información.
mi nombre, mi teléfono, ni nada.
And ma'am, this is your husband, correct?
Yes.
And just so you guys know, if your vehicle is in the backyard, they do not have the right to go into your backyard and get your vehicle.
I explained
No
that to
repossession company has the authority to go in your backyard and take your vehicle.
Nadie puede cogerte nada de la
Okay.
parte atrás de eso. Ninguna compañía de Repo, nadie.
And also, even just so you know, even if the car is in the driveway, if you guys come out and there's a breach of peace, meaning they're causing issues, they're causing problems, they have to drop it as well. Now, if it's out in the public roadway, in the public, they take the car. If it's hooked up, hey, it is what it is. But in this backyard, even in the
You
driveway,
broke the lock. Open the door
No.
and go on the, look, all the way to the back. We're doing a pool and you can see all the sand and everything
and this is where the truck was parked, correct?
Yes.
right there.
In the front, go in the back. Look at the.
It was parked over there.
Yeah,
Oh.
over there in the front. Really?
That's ridiculous.
Right here.
Should have arrested him for trespassing.
Yes.
That's what I tell my husband. This is trespassing.
Mami, tírale foto de esto
This
aquí.
is trespassing. I can call the police and he can go to arrest. And he told
I
me,
get it if you
yes,
don't-
I can go to your backyard and get whatever I want. Like, yeah. Are
No.
you serious?
No.
That's not true. This is my house. Even the police, I call the police. If I don't open the door and say, come in. So how the police can
Let
do
us-
that and you can do that?
Let us know. Put your car back here. Take a picture. If they come back and take your car from here, let us know so we can write a report and we'll arrest them for trespassing. Okay?
Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to call the bank because yesterday we talked to the bank.
Uh-huh.
We do an arrangement and they don't supposed to do that because we paid yesterday half of the money.
Right.
So maybe they don't do something on the computer and I don't know. But
That's fine. At the end of the day, like I said, he has no authority. They have no authority
my house, I know,
to
I
go
know-
in
I
your
know the
backyard
rules.
and
I
take
told my
your
husband,
truck.
I'm going to call the police because I can go to your backyard and get whatever I want. Yeah.
No.
No, this
No.
is my house. You can do that.
No, not at all.